So we're going to be moving the entire nice villager trading hall. I don't know. We have a bunch of nice villagers that we like. We're basically going to build the villager trading hall right around that zombie spawner, so we always have the discount, always and forever.
So, do you have a build style for this, or?
I don't know. I guess do whatever you want with it.
What is up, the world of the living? My name is whitelisted and welcome back to truly Bedrock Friends. In between the videos, and that is something that you might have seen already on Silent's channel, Lara, I and Silent met up specifically to discuss something very important. You see, the villager breeder, the villager trading hall that we have been exploiting for quite a while now, needed to be moved, and needed to be moved all the way to our zombie spawner down here. Now the reason for it is that as it turns out, there exists a bug in Bedrock Edition where whenever a spawner spawns a zombie villager, all the villagers around it instantly get the effect as if a player has successfully killed a zombie villager very recently. I'm not sure if we don't have that right now because we haven't turned off any lights in forever. But trust me, it happens, at least Silent claims it does, and when Silent says something about bugs, you trust him. Just like when Liara wants to do an interior, you trust her. You don't trust me with the exterior. But they did. So welcome to Truly Bedrock once again, my name is LXP, and today we're gonna do everything in our power to make the two of them regret giving me free range on the exterior of this project. Today, we're gonna decorate this one, and we're gonna decorate it Zloy style. Let's keep going. So as you can clearly tell already, I have already put quite a bit of, Zloy into this project. We got a giant serpent skeleton, for whatever reason, being down here, impaled, being held up by giant wood pillars. That is basically the emphasis, the epitome of the style I want this area to take. Something punkish, something ancient, something piratey, and something with a lot of skulls. So, that's gonna be great, that's gonna be cool, that's gonna be absolutely brilliant, but unfortunately, before we do any of that, there is something more that I really want to do. And that is something to do with, well, any amount of progress on this project. You see, I was already trying to figure out how to make a stairway from the nether portal, which I wanted to use as the entrance into the villager trading hall, and connect it via a stairway all the way to the ground. And no matter what I did, it always looked like awkward and just out of place and everything. And then it hit me. Then it hit me, and it hit me big time. Look at this area. Look at that, at that, at that, and at this. Are you seeing how much of a mess it is? This is why, no matter what I do with the stairway, it doesn't look any good. Because everything's a mess, everything's a chaos, and everything looks absolutely sporadic. So, yeah, I'm gonna fix that. But I'm not gonna fix it by cleaning this up. God knows, I'm horrible at cleaning up. I decided that because I've once again have been given a free range over this project, I'm just gonna take all the terracotta, all of the terracotta that I'd mined out from my All-Store project to create its shell. And I'm gonna just pave over all this entire thing, creating, while at it, a pretty neat custom terrain that will be much easier for us to build on than whatever we're currently dealing with. So I'm just gonna launch my time-lapsing laptop. And if you can't hear the spinning of its horrid fans, then yeah, good for you. And I'm gonna try and get this going. I have quite a few ideas as to what this land is supposed to be, and I can't wait to demonstrate it to you. look at that! That's a plateau. That's basically just a flat surface. I didn't really do that much with the terraforming here. Or at the very least, I'm gonna pretend that I didn't do much. And really, for somebody who does terraforming, this is not gonna be much or impressive at all. All we did is just a few flat surfaces and connected them to the ground by a little bit of a cliff. It's fine, we'll get more done with it. Really, the interesting bits here are these spikes made out of, made out of the spruce logs. The overall theme, like, just feel of this area already is pretty spiky because of the terrain, and really this terrain is exactly why we decided to live here, which is why I'm so happy that I could still keep most of the spikes, most of the natural ones, sticking out of the terrain that I just created, even though we just ate quite a bit of the area with that. Now, of course, this area needs to lighten up and yada yada, but we're not here for that. We're here for the main build. And the main build I was hoping to make into some sort of a prison, you know, for the villagers, because that's basically what it is. So I was just mucking around, thinking about how am I gonna build that or build it up, just figure it out. And honestly, nothing comes to mind except that whatever I do, it will have to start with me encasing the glass box already present in some sort of material, one way or another, just so I know what I'm working with, just so I know what I can add to. I really want some sort of a castle. Like, I don't know, maybe that's the Prince of Doom in me speaking, but I really want some sort of a castle or fortress or something like that sticking out from this area, which goes entirely against, mind you, the entire punk motive that I really wanted. But I think maybe we can kind of merge the themes together, put up the banisters, put up the everythings. I don't know. All I know is I have some basalt, the black stone, laying around somewhere. So I'm guessing I'm gonna use the blackstone for it, because, again, I have it laying around. And it will be a really nice contrast with the bright colors of the mesa. And also I have not really built with blackstone for quite a while, so let's try this. Let's see how it works. Ooh, I hate this. Yeah, I straight up hate this. Yep, it's so awful. Given not basalt, blackstone the credit it deserves, it does good what blackstone does, which is it's contrasty. It does pop, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit anything at all. So we should be going for some sort of a different material. Meaning that I just wasted approximately, I don't know, 1 diamond per stack, let's say 27 diamonds. Yep, full shulker box of this stuff was converted into bricks for this. Yeah, I do not like it. I think this is just the straight up wrong type of build that I'm going for here. I need something more dispersed, not dispersed, the broken down. I need something more broken down, both in the shape space, in the shape meaning, and also in just a visual way. Just actually broken things could actually work here. So maybe I should try something like that. And there we go! That's way more like it. Now, of course, the materials here are not necessarily any concretey that I promised, but at the same time, they are the ones I'm really happy with. Now, the whole concept here of this particular area was supposed to be a little bit of a Punkopolis type of deal. You know, we got your punks, we got our apocalypse, and you got all of those decrepit buildings now retaken by some bizarre people. A little bit Mad Maxi and a little bit that kind of deal. A little bit barbarian even. And what we have here is a building clearly that has seen some better days, currently being reclaimed by the people inside, by the people using it for whatever reason. Now this of course would be some sort of villager jail, I guess, in the scenario that we're role-playing here. But at the same time, it's actually pretty nifty, and I'm really happy with what I've come up here. Look, here's the situation, basically. Leara and Silent are currently super busy filling in all the villagers into the slots. But that kind of runs in with my plans of building around it. Because I need to plan around the builds that they're gonna build. But to do that, I need to know what the final build of the mechanical parts is gonna be. But I can't fill in the mechanical parts until we have all of the villagers in. So we haven't yet filled in the thing. So I don't know how big of a thing and how big of a build I need to build around. So as a result, I just decided to kind of chip in. And what we're doing instead is I'm not building a roof whatsoever. For now, at the very least. Right now, I kind of embraced the snake laying on top of this, of this build, whatever it is this building used to be. And I just made it look like the roof crashed. When the snake's, before pre-skeleton snake has crashed and fell onto the roof. So that's the idea here. The snake corpse is being used as decoration, but also its tail is still crushing the whatever remnant of the building there used to be. And I'm willing to use some more dispersing, like some more noisy materials that I already talked about, such as planks, such as those are actually brown mushroom block. So brown mushroom rocks and actual regular bricks, which I have not used since the last season. So this is actually kind of homecoming. This feels really nice to use. Even granite came in handy. And Silent saw this already and he didn't complain, so that was a surprise. The only issue is that, mobs still can spawn on all of this. And they still can maybe even find their way into the villager holding cells. So I better hurry it up, and put the rest of the builds together. Luckily, I now have the block palette and I now have the more or less, solid idea for what I want to do with it. It still feels like there's, something missing that I can't quite put my finger on it. And that's a little bit upsetting, but you know what? I'm in the zone, let's keep going. So here's the thing, in all of its glory, or at the very least as much glory as I can build right now, before Silent finishes it up. I got all the walls, all this pretty basic at the moment, but at the very least it is something resembling a structure and setting up a mood for this area. But also, at the same time, I think I figured out what it was that was missing from the entire situation, from the entire Junk Town, Punk Town build. And that is, well, for one, it needs to be a little bit more punk. I mean, gotta make some graffiti or whatever, gotta put up some red banners, embrace that Mad Maxian attitude. But also, the town is there, where's the junk? It literally needs some trash laying around. And that's what was ticking me off so much in the previous cuts. It's that I made the new terrain to match with the entire attire, but I didn't make the terrain rough enough. This here is very smooth colors and we need noisy screamy texture to pop off. Something along the line of, nope, not TNT, we're not gonna use TNT for this particular project, but something maybe along the line with, well, red sand for one, podzol comes to mind, and of course coarse dirt. I think will function rather well in that particular environment. I don't know what else can sort as some sort of a debris laying around, except for, of course, the netherite debris, but that might be a little bit above our pay grade. I'll have to look into it, I'll have to put it up, and I'll have to fill in some landfills here and there and everywhere. So right now, let's go collect some junk blocks and let's return with them in this area. Maybe some of that type of decoration will be much nicer to see. And here it is. Eh? Looking much sweeter and much more interesting. Let's just buzz away a little bit. Ah, yeah, the orange concrete powder really pops, and I don't know if I want it to pop. But other than that, this is really good. It gets the exact kind of atmosphere that I wanted to instill. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of raggedy, a little bit of junkyard. But most importantly, it's kind of punk, you know, kinda. With the, you know, mohawk giant snake. And with the buildings in the background, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But first, check out them banners. Yeah, this is more or less the exact same trick I've been doing with the broken apart ship graveyard back at the lava base, back at the Mara. But here, it's more of a very clear banisters put up by the survivors who are now inhabiting this particular area. It's a little bit orcish, a little bit out there, but at the same time, it's very interesting and very fun, to me at the very least. It's bright colors is what I'm trying to say, and boy, did I miss some bright colors with my Minecraft builds. It can't all be rustic medieval, everybody. It cannot. Now, the lore of this place clearly is that some apoc stuff happened, and now we're kind of post-apoc, but at the same time, we're trying to punk it up and we're trying to have a little bit of fun with it. One thing I plan on also implementing that I came up with, but I don't think I have time today for, are overtuned vehicles here and there, like cars and a train and maybe even an airplane, just overtuned, half broken everywhere, because this is a junkyard and so we need the junk. That's where actually this awful amalgamation of rhubarb comes in. Rebar, I don't remember how it's said. Point being, this is like an old concrete building sitting down there, being a fairly long time ago blown up, and now slowly being reclaimed by the desert. Eventually, I want to have an entire city of these poking out of the sands here and there to accompany the spikes that supposedly destroyed them. Now exactly what kind of catastrophe went down here, I can't necessarily tell. I don't necessarily have an idea for it. I genuinely have no idea what kind of, apocalypse catastrophe can cause this kind of terrain to form, except of course for the natural causes. But we'll try it out, we'll see how it goes, we'll see if the buildings such as that one will increase or devalue from the already beautiful landscape over here. Point being, I finally have a direction for this place, I finally know what to do with it, and I hope that you like it too, and I hope that Liara and Silent are gonna also enjoy it. I mean, I know Silent already likes this at the very least, the snake skull, and this is Liara's favorite color, the teal, so I'm hoping that she will enjoy it as well. As for me, I'm absolutely in love with this. This is basically my jam, that stalkerish, abandoned, reclaimed kind of feeling, and I'm hoping that you will like it as well. So thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been Zloek, this has been Truly Bedrock. Well, we've set up quite the foundation for what's to come, haven't we? Now to get all the villagers in place and all that kind of stuff, and also to fix the gas-powered farm and get Groova to get me a tree farm to feed into it. But that's a story for another video. For now, to be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.